break. The link broke. Man. This is not good. Okay. Wait.
Haha.
Sure.
Ah.
That is right. That's right. Alright. Alright. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. Man. I need to double check my audio. Is it working? I need to double check my audio. That's not good. Alright, I troubleshooted this out. For sure I did. That's not good. Alright, okay, never mind. Alright, it's good. Troubleshooted this out. For sure I did. Alright, okay, never mind. Alright, it's good. Troubleshooted this out. For sure. Let me bump this audio up a little bit. Alright, okay, never mind. Alright, troubleshooted. Let me bump this audio up a little bit. Okay, never mind.
Oh.
Alright, cool. Yeah, that could use a little bit more. I swear I tried to get things working. I definitely swear. Only so much you can do. I was listening back on my mic. I had a different headset. I'll go up a little bit. Waiting on my tea to finish. I think it is done. Hold on. Let's see. So let me see if alright. I'll leave this open for a bit because a few things ready. Alright. I think when you listen back through the audio, the mic listen function, you would probably be able to tell whether it was audio, whether the audio was whether it was quiet, whether it was loud. I listened to it. I did. But it didn't sound very good. Maybe it's my earbuds. Headset was pretty good. Let's get through that. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll come back to this later and find out it wasn't so bad. But from what I'm listening to through my earbuds, it's pretty bad. I'm jamming. You can choose it. I might need to. It's clear something's not being picked up because the audio is definitely. My mic is cutting things out. I don't know what it is specifically, but I tested it about half a week ago, and now it's just not wanting to work. And no one is here to test it, so I don't got any real confirmation whether or not it's working or not. Huh. Okay. I'll listen back to it. Man, I genuinely listened to my mic, and I thought it was alright, but maybe I got the settings wrong? Let me change the gain a little bit, because it's definitely off. The noise is fine. I fixed that. That was the main thing, but, let's see, filters. I don't want to go too loud, so, but, threshold. Let's see, test. Okay, that's too loud. Alright. 20? 20 is good. Maybe? Shoot. I don't want to go too far. Maybe like a 10? I don't want to limit it too bad. Let's see. So, how's this sound? Should be fine, right? I mean, I don't know. I got like really bad earbuds in, so. Let's see. No, that's kind of quiet from what I can see. It's not pressed good. How about now? That's too low. Is that high enough? Release, output gain. Like this? Oh, wow. I think that's alright. But no, that it's a little like that. Okay. Lower. Alright. Alright, so this works. Okay. Just a little bit. I got a nice average. Alright, cool. Okay. So I would have, if anyone's even here. Hey! I see you there, Captain. Yeah, my audio's all fucked up. I put in new earbuds. They're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. I tried, I had a whole big clunky headset. Great stuff. But absolutely, they don't, how do I put this? It's better to test from a bottom level that I'm figuring out is these are garbage. These are genuinely garbage. And so now that I'm hearing it from here, when I was listening through to it, they're just I don't know. But we still have a clunky thing on my head. But I had to make my tea, and so, but when you were playing Palworld, I was really getting into it, and so me and a buddy were playing it for a while. We were really, really into it, like big time, and he's a big fan of Pokemon, so he plays that stuff like a lot. So he got me into it too, but honestly, he was big time. Like, how do I put this? When you play a game with somebody and they're so into it that you're stuck being the guy that's like, oh, I'll decorate your house. He's putting up all the the important stuff, and like he's decking the whole base out with everything that's important, everything that's good, that'll keep things progressing, and I'm sitting there like, how do I do this? And I can't just add more, because there's only so many pals you can put into your base. So he's doing all the work. So I got a new world I'm gonna set up, and I'm just gonna jump right into it and get things going. So let's see, move things around here, because I was gonna play, there was some demos coming up, and I wanted to play something other than Palworld. I didn't want to just play Palworld. In fact, I wasn't even thinking about it at the time, but how do I put this? It was, I missed a date somewhere, and clearly I genuinely missed it. My packages for, I had a pack of like soundproofing tiles that came in, like acoustic foam, and they didn't show up until today. And so I had to install them like literally maybe about like 3 hours ago. And then when I came back, I found out the Sworn demo, there was a demo for that game I posted, and it's not available anymore. So, you know, can't play it. So I have to wait till the 6th when it comes out, which is unfortunate. But so this isn't this is definitely not like a new playthrough. Obviously, obviously I played it on, you know, the server and everything. I played it with a friend, but I didn't feel like I got enough of a like an experience. I played it with a friend, and he just mainly took over everything. And credit to him, he knows what he's doing, but like, I was lagging behind like real bad. And I was learning, obviously, but you know, it just felt kind of weird when you're playing the game and someone's like, well, I know what I'm doing, so you know where you want your base to be. I was in my own server, and he just plops a base down. I'm like, alright, we're doing this now? Yeah. Credit to where credit's due, he knew exactly what to do. And it was fun, I'll give him that, but man, did I feel like I wasn't putting any effort. Alright, go ahead and get a workbench. Just get something basic down. But as a result, I do know where I want to be. I don't want to set up a base here, obviously. That would be kind of silly. I mean, like, honest, this is not a great place to be for a base. I wouldn't pick here at all. And in fact, that was genuinely not a great place to set up a base. Like, the travel time alone was a problem. So, let's see. I need to get the basics down though before I move on. Need torch. Gonna be naked for a while, probably. Unless I get some clothes early. Some wood. Let's go ahead and wait. Alright.
that's enough. Yeah, I'll get a stone axe. And then I'll have to get myself a club, and then I can start moving on. There's a very specific spot that I'm looking for. A very specific location I want to set up a base, and not just like right here, because I want to be a little further out. I want to get an early base somewhere where I got further access to places where some of the good pals are at. Let's see. Get more stone before I head out. Make myself a club. And if there is anybody in here that can attest to whether or not the audio for the game is too low or too high, I don't think it's too high. I guarantee you the audio for the game is not too high. I have the game audio in the game maxed out, so, but I'm still trying to get that middle ground. So if it's too low, I need to know, because I have to keep my audio low on my headset or my earbuds, because they have really bad what is it, the drivers on the inside of the earbuds, they're not great. They don't take too kindly to loud noises, so they get they peak the audio real bad. So if it's too quiet, I can pull it up a little bit. But overall, the mic quality, I've listened through it to, it's fine. I was agonizing over this stuff for hours, weeks ago, and I thought I had it, and then I pulled it up on the stream and I listened to it, and I was like, no, it's not ready. But it's been a long time. The circumstances and everything, you know, and I had a whole bunch of stuff getting in the way. Like when I started streaming last year, things I probably wouldn't want to talk about, people in my life, and circumstances around that, pets involved, and some poor practices that involved them, but nothing like insanely bad. It's just kennel training and having them set the kennel in front of my room, you know, and that is not a conducive of a good noise environment, if you understand where I'm going through with that. So that was happening. So that, the streaming was not gonna work. So, you know, having a dog whining outside your door in the middle of the night was not great. So that didn't work, but that's gone now. So here I am. But I fixed all my mic shit and everything, and I'm hoping I can get things going, like, to some kind of consistency. And I plan on playing Sworn once that comes out, because Palworld wasn't actually on the list of things I wanted to play, but since I was set up, I figured, you know, go for it. Just do it. I was gonna play it. I was gonna play the demo, and it's just completely gone. It's not on there. There's no license for me to play it. I guess the Next Best stuff was over. I wasn't even looking. I don't play around with demos all that often, so it is completely lost on me. Where's my... Yeah, I got too many things on me. Shoot. I need to make another workbench. This is probably gonna be really wasteful, but I do need pal spheres. Probably gonna be important after I update the tech tree. Obviously the pal box, the sphere, campfire, chest. And the repair bench. Don't need a bow. I'll probably wait on the, get a repair kit, cloth, and structures. Okay, you know what, whatever, the bed, that'll do. Cloth, do I have enough for 2? No, I don't. Wait, about, I think I'll need, probably 6. 6 will do it. For now. Just enough to get the right amount of what I need. Nothing special, no farming for anything. Okay. We'll have more carrying capacity. I need more of that. Alright. Well, need more wool. Where are you? There's gotta be more of them. There they are. Definitely not catching them. I am killing them. Alright, there it is. Okay. 2 cloth. And then when my tech level goes up, I should have enough for clothes. That way I'm not walking around with a torch out. Ah, well, there it is. Get a shield. Feed box. And the alarm bell. Done. Alright, but if anyone's still here, I will be setting up multiplayer. It's just at the moment I'm kind of in a rush to find a spot to put down the base. So, hold on. I'll make a repair kit. But once I get the base down, I'll definitely open up multiplayer. Okay. Okay, so I need... Definitely want a fox spark. Oh. Come on, let's go. Okay. Just gotta whittle it down. I'll get it there. Once my stamina comes back. Alright. Okay. Well, I got one. That's what counts. Alright. Oh. Okay, I'll get this travel point, and then... Oh, and a crevice. Need one of these. I'll come back here. Alright. So now I got my wool. Maybe I can get this guy. If he'll, if we get closer. He, will not go in. You know what, whatever, fine. I do need eggs. You? Find the FG, there it is. There's a very specific spot that, when I was playing a couple nights ago, we hold up, somewhere further out this way. And there's a nice clearing, but I'm gonna try to pick a spot that's different because, while I guess the clearings are nice, they're a great place to put up a base, but I do like the idea of setting up somewhere more interesting than that, because it's a little bit too, what's the word for it? Like you expect it. You want to put a place very empty, very full of, nothing, so you can put everything down, all your fancy base stuff. But there's one in particular, there's an area that has a bunch of iron, like a bunch of ore deposits, and I know you can make multiple bases later on, but I like the idea of having a nice spot where I can respawn at and just gather ore. So I might set up there. It's further out, like way back here. But I want to get. I need a pangolin before I do that. Which is somewhere over here. Because I need something to water with. Got a fox park. Don't remember if I don't know if the what was it? Let me look. Gum moss has enough on it. Like let me double check it. Gum moss planting. I mean, that could work. I could use that for the seed production, but what I need is a pangolin for watering before or that could work too. But I need transport as well. What I really want though is there's once nighttime hits, I want a what the name of it was, but there was the owl and daydream. I want to pair those two together. So I might have to teleport back once it hits nighttime. So kinda got things planned out. So it's just a matter of setting up base and then finding everything I need. Hey Allied Bluette. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the raid. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. I just got a, I've just roughly, well, this isn't my first time playing the game, but it's only been maybe like a couple days ago that I started playing. A friend of mine was playing it, and there was a streamer I was watching a few days ago as well that was playing it, and I got into it, and played it pretty often. Like, the first couple of days I was like, well, maybe I'll play an hour. And then I got into it even further, and it was, oh, we'll play it like for like 4 hours. And then I played it with a friend, and we were playing it for hell, like I played a whole 6 to about 7 hours. It was crazy. And so I really got into it. Well, let me do a shout out. Yeah. Wait, is it not? It's not an exclamation mark. God. I'm working off of the OBS thing. Whatever. Look at this man, unaliving innocent pals. Alright, I think put an @ sign in front of my name. Yeah, it's been a whole year. Can you believe it? I haven't played in a whole... I haven't streamed in a whole year. So, give me some credit, alright? It's been a while. Yeah, there you go. Alright. It has been forever and a half. Why is it doing this to me? Come on. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously. What? Okay. Alright, well... Yeah, well, I mean, things have improved at least, so you give it that. I try. It's the thought that counts. Yeah, that's important. You know? There you are, Captain K. I mean... And what's worse too is I wanted to get started sooner. It sucks, because everything, you know, things get delivered so late, you spend forever. No, don't ban Captain. What are you talking about? Oh shit, let me turn around. Let's not confront things yet. I'm not ready for that. Let's turn around for a moment. I don't have enough firepower. I need to go back, because... Gotta head to bed, but I hope you have a great stream. Great! Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the raid. Did you make Stream Elements a mod? What do you mean? Look, you know I haven't streamed in like a year, so... What about it? Is there something I'm missing? There's definitely something I'm missing, isn't there? Like, I got my attention very, very well and truly. You gotta make it a mod on the channel and enable the commands. Alright, well, hold on, because I am currently being chased, and apparently holding the escape key doesn't stop that. Gotta make it a mod on the channel. I'm getting there. Just... Okay. It stopped. Alright. Alright. Let's see. Stream elements. Alright. Elements. How do I mod? I think it's already... You sure? But yeah, it's in the users section. Hold on. That might explain it. It might explain why it's not working. Mod actions. Because I haven't really waiting for inevitable death. I'm not gonna die. It can't be that. It can't be that hard to avoid. Shit. This would be so much easier if I knew what I was doing. There's gotta be a button somewhere, right? Like, there's just block and report. I'm trying to find mod actions, mod comments. Look, cause I'm so genuinely, like, I've never touched this shit. Chat settings. Maybe if I mod stream elements. Yeah, Is it a command? Is it slash mod? Okay, hold on. Slash. Yeah, hold on. Slash mod. Yeah, alright. Alright. Stream elements. Okay, yeah. And shut out. Ally. Ally blew it. A little late. Did it not do anything? It did not do anything. Did it? Whatever. It was the thought that counts, I guess. It was definitely the thought that counts. I didn't see anything go through, so I tried. I definitely tried. Oh, no, don't, no. Alright. Yeah, I'm not going back down there. Can't teleport either. I will... what do I got? I'll pull out the cremise. I will not die. I swear to it. I swear to you, I will not. I won't let it happen. Ah, shit. Fancy command slash shoutout now, so you could always just do it manually. That I guess so. You see, because I started right around... I must have started sometime when they didn't have that, and so... It's rough coming back from like a whole year of not doing anything, and I would have loved to keep going, but there was a lot of things I had to keep up with, and you know, life catches up to you, and you gotta take care of yourself, and you know, people, you have to deal with other people and the shit they bring along with them, and stuff I won't get into, but I'm fine. It's just everything around me, the circumstances just weren't inducive of a good stream environment, so I had to put it away and then come back to it. Oh, there's a Nox. Hold on. After I shoot, oh god, whatever, fine. I need this. I definitely need this. I want this. Get back here. Yeah. I definitely would not stream if I wasn't feeling up for it. And you could probably imagine, I mean, being gone for like... You son of a... Get back here. Being gone for a whole year, you can imagine I don't have any fucks to give. So if I'm not feeling for it, then, you know, you won't see me. But now I'm definitely up for it, so I'm here. Oh, I'm out of pal spheres. God, I need a Hucrites. Yeah. Streaming should be fun. I wasn't gonna just like force it, and you know, when you have a full-time job, it's kind of one of those you want to do it, but then everything comes full force, and you know, you want to, and then it's just not possible. Like, you can try, but sometimes you just really can't fit it in, and for the better half of a year, I just couldn't do it. But for a portion of that time, it was sort of like, how do I put it? There was a period of time where if I was in the right mindset, I probably could have gotten started sooner, but I had to change some life, like some routine stuff that I had to fix, some things that I was just doing that just weren't helping me, and so I'm sort of getting better. I had a big bad alcohol problem, and it was starting to, it wasn't the right time. I was very, very bothered by it, and I was kind of like tapering it off, and then I had some problem in December. Yeah, I'm definitely in a better spot now. I still drank, but it's not like as bad as it used to be. Like when you factor in where I was like a half a year from now to now, I used to drink like a sailor. I'd like hell like 4 times a day, 5. That'd be like 40% shots. I don't do that anymore, and thankfully, I've gone for 3 weeks sober at a time, and so I'm thankful for that. That was part of it, and you know, fixing other problems. So I'm in a better place now. So yeah, well, thank you, because it's hard to get yourself out of that moment where you're like, well, I want to do this thing because it makes me feel good, but then what does it do for me? And the answer is usually not much good. And once I kind of figured that out, it was all uphill from there. But it takes a while, you know. When you work in a high intense, like labor intense job, you kind of start to fall into this trap where you're thinking, I need that like 5 hours of just bliss. And not to go too deep into it, you know, like, because, yeah, leaving it behind. But that was part of it, but mostly just the circumstance of everything, you know, noise issues, you know. My aunt had a dog, and she was leaving it over at our house, and yeah, it's never solved problems, but she left a dog. She'd train it through the kennel, like she'd just have it in the kennel, and it would whine in the middle of the night. You can't stream in the middle of the night with a dog whining at its kennel. That doesn't work. It doesn't. So, you know, I just kind of stopped for a while, and then she left, and then it's like, well, alright, I could stream again, but at the time, you know, you fall deep into that pit, you're thinking, and it wasn't a mental thing, because mentally, I'm good. Like, there's nothing wrong. I'm okay. Like, I got everything in line, I'm fine. But, you know, streaming wouldn't have fit. But now I'm kind of clearing things out, so I'm good. I'm alright now. And it's just a matter of slowly building it up, getting there, you know, taking the time to find time for it. I would have started earlier, actually, but, you know, yeah, bad habit. I was in that I was one of those people that was in that mindset that thought it was it was something that I couldn't kick, that there was just no way. And after a while, it's just like, well, you know, that's not true. You know, I was in that pool of people that just thought there was no way I could possibly get rid of it, and funnily enough, all it took was just something that was completely unrelated to the problem at hand. Like, I had an issue come up medically that had zero to do with alcohol, but I thought it was related to it. I kicked the whole thing out, just like that, like zip, gone. And then I find out it wasn't part of the problem. And you would think immediately the first reaction would be to go right back to it, and no, that wasn't true. I was just like, well, I don't need this anymore, so it was just completely gone. So that was relieving in a way, but part of me is like, well, you know, it's nice to have it as a social thing, and it is, but I wasn't drinking socially, like, at all. So, but, you know, enough about that. There's, yeah, on the plus side, more money in your pocket. Yeah, that shit ain't cheap. The, I used to buy, like, $40 bottles. Those things, can you imagine buying that shit every week? Every week you buy a $40 bottle. That goes out of your paycheck real fast. And the way I did it was, I would mix it. I would mix it, because I don't drink straight. I would mix it with soda. And so, you count that plus the 15, 13, depending on where you live, it might be higher, maybe lower. Or a 24 pack of soda, half a week, gone. That shit would be gone in a matter of half a week, maybe less. So I even cut that. My soda consumption is down. It's crazy. Yeah, it really adds up. It does. And so my wallet was looking like empty. I was opening it up and I was going, I don't got any money left. Thankfully, they got ways for me to take money out from my next paycheck, but that was also adding up. You know, you take money out of your next paycheck, and then what do you got left for your rent? I was like, oh god, no. And so there was a part of me that was just like, well, you know what, this needs to stop, and it did. So, you know, things spiral out of control, and, you know, you keep telling yourself, yeah, I'm mentally okay, and I am, but financially, I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? And the answer was sitting right in front of me, so. And thankfully, I'm here, and, you know, doing better. Now, if I could just find that spot I was looking for. I think I passed it. I think it was this one, the Desolate Church. Back this way? Yeah, it was back this way. I completely passed it up. But yeah, it's definitely relieving to get to that point, but yeah, easy to say as an outsider looking in, but I firmly believe it's never too late for any changes. Yeah, it is absolutely never too late, but you know, there is like some problems that come with it, because like I spent too long waiting to get to that point, and it caused a lot of TMI problems that I can't get into bowel related. But other than that, which I am not going to bring up, everything's fine. Like, it was definitely, nothing's ever too late. And as long as I cut it somewhere, it's always good. So yeah. It became less of a recreation and more of like a, I have to do this because it's just a habit. And it's good that it's not a habit anymore. Oh, there's the church. I don't know if I want a rush order. If I'm gonna be honest. Get back here. And you know what? Whatever. Fine. Never mind. Alright, just kill it then. Go ahead. You might find it painful to watch him, but you know what? Honestly, I think it's cathartic to just watch someone and just relax, and they take it slow. I'll be honest with you. I think it's actually kind of it's kind of relaxing. There's a certain part of it that's just nice. I'm his mod, so I can say these things. Yeah, as long as you're still breathing, you still got a chance to improve. Absolutely. Yeah. There is no time like. yeah, definitely. Yeah. Slow, no doubt, but the good kind of slow. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put it here. Not wanting a rush order though. Well, because the last time I played it, I set up right here. Because this, when I played a previous solo world I was playing on, I didn't get very far, mind you, but I had like a pangolin, a fox park, cremis, what was it? There was one that you put in the whatchamacallit, I can look it up in the build menu. The ranch. You put one of them. You can put it in the ranch, and it digs up like Pal spheres and stuff. But I don't have it this time because I didn't catch it. It's in this area somewhere. Probably gonna And my Cativa is dead. So that needs to go in here. I want a Nox. And I definitely want a Daydream because there's who what was the name of it? I ran into it. I definitely ran into it. Let's see. Yeah, the Hucrates. Because I think that either it's a skill that it comes with or something, but it comes with a skill that allows you to get extra damage. Foxparks is low-key super good in my opinion. It's nice once you get that. I don't find it being very great for when you're just using it as like whatchamacallit. Once you start using it for just as a regular PAL, like on the sidelines, it's not that great in my opinion. But once you get the ability to use it as a weapon, like as a flamethrower, then it becomes great. It's just it's some of the PALs have really weird attacks that just don't feel like they click right. Like I don't know how to explain it exactly. It's like if you've ever played TF2 and you're hit reg and you're meleeing things and you just feel like you don't hit something quite right. You think you hit it. It's like there's skills that do stuff like that feel like they got really weird. Like there was one, I forget, I had a I think it was a Dire Howl, and it had I taught it to use well some laser. Could very much well be trial and error from the devs. Maybe, yeah. It is early access, so it needs some time. And I need to repair my stuff. But it definitely there was a laser attack that I taught my Dire Howl to use because it had a lightning skill. So it had 10% attack increase on lightning skills. So I figured, you know, go for it. I did. I added it, and it was alright, but then it's a charge up skill. So you're sitting there charging a skill. But it's a laser. And so you're sitting up charging a laser that's a narrow, tiny, like a shot. It didn't work out very well, because then you're sitting there with a very low health PAL. You're riding it, too. And so you just get hit. So it wasn't great. A nice mount, by the way, Dire Howl, but I don't know if I'd actually use it for actual damage. Missing. Missing pain. Yeah. I'm out of stone. I need to, there's definitely, probably better spots I could set up, but I'm charging my laser. It does kind of, it really, yeah, Dire Howl is, it's, the laser, it's alright, it's just, it works like that, those, constructs from Breath of the Wild. A little too much, if you'll ask me, but it's not that great. Dire Howl is, alright for map exploration, not the best combat PAL. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. A friend of mine had, some kind of, attack on it. It was like a water attack, looked like Hydro Pump, and it seemed neat. But I think he was only using it that way primarily because it was a mount. And instead of like jumping off of it and then switching to another PAL, he was just farming. So yeah, I could see that. This didn't go as ideal as I would have wanted it to. I had a lot thought out because there was a lot that I had planned, but didn't quite get there. Though I am glad I don't die from starvation. That's the thing that is nice. Because I just noticed I am starving to death. Real good. Won't be exploring anytime soon. Let me get all my base stuff going. So I've got an idea. I want a daydream and a Hoocrates. Thankfully, food sources aren't an issue. Yeah, I noticed that after a while. I was watching when I was playing with a friend, and he already had the food sources set up like pretty much right away. It wasn't even that hard. It's just getting there when you don't know what's going on in the first place is kind of a little bit annoying, but it's one of those games where you feel like I hate crafting games because games with crafting, you get to that point where you think, well, I don't know what I'm doing because I don't know what to do with the like the recipes. But when I know what to craft, you know, it comes up. I find out, oh well, I need cloth and I need wood and I need stone, and you might think, well, okay, well that's easy, but like from an outsider's an outsider looking in, it's like, well, okay, but how would I have known that in the first place? You know, and I'm not saying like the simple stuff, but I mean like once you get later and you get into like things that you might not notice right away, like in Terraria, for instance, there are things that you can craft that, especially in mods, you look at it and you go, well, there's this I need to put together, there's that. And then without all the mods that go, well, okay, so I need X, I need Y, you're just blank. You're drawing blanks. Need more cloth. I have it sitting in front of me, and okay, let me make a ranch. Stone, stone, stone. But thankfully, if I don't get into any fights, I should be fine. So, I mean, it's all right. I just need 20 stone, and then put my cremis in the ranch, and I should have what I need. Because mainly the cremis is there for the wool. Because when I was on a couple days ago, I was just using it as like a pallet to attack things with, because I still was like, I was fresh into the game. I started playing like literally maybe like a few hours before when Captain was playing, so like I'm fresh out the gate. But I got a lot of information about it from a friend of mine that really played it a lot, like a hell of a lot, and so I learned from him. And so things are looking a little better for me. Put it here. So I need wool. It's gonna be kind of awkward not getting the food set up just right away, but good thing is it's not too daunting on new players. Yeah, it was surprisingly easy to figure things out. I mean, I guess when you look at it, it wasn't that hard, but there are definitely games that I've struggled with more. Like, I mean, you can imagine when I started Minecraft for the first time, that was... It's funny to look back on it, because that was the most daunting thing ever, starting Minecraft fresh. I was completely confused. That cremis is not helping. Just staring at me. Yeah, it was, it really wasn't that hard, especially, yeah, I still don't understand Minecraft. You and me both, because I learned some things, but every time I come back to it, I look at it, and unless I have that recipe book, I can't just figure it out. I can't. Now, the building part, I've always had a knack for that. I always loved the creative side of it. I enjoy putting things together. Not so much furniture, but that's a different point. I like putting together all the houses and stuff, building stuff, which is why I was always the one building things. My friend was always the one making things, like crafting. mining, doing all this other stuff. I was the little bitch boy in the mines, digging up diamonds and shit, and then building things. He was actually crafting stuff and making progress. I was like, I'm gonna sit in the base and build. I got nothing to do. Okay, sure, have fun. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't... There's a lot of things I don't understand about, things like Terraria and Minecraft. Like, I can't keep all of that information about crafting materials and what I need to build. I just know it's a game where I can build things, I can make a fun little base, and I'll build something fancy, and then I'll forget everything else. And I'll make no progress unless I have a friend along the way to just be like, hey buddy, we have to go here, do this, do that. You have to progress. Like, I move fast, I just don't know what to craft. Yeah, Terraria is fun when you got the right person along to really push the progression along, and I'm not one of those people, because there's a lot of shit to keep up with. I'm good with muscle memory, but like, once you put me up against a bunch of things that I have to remember, like crafting recipes and everything, I just fall flat on my ass. I can't remember any of it. So, there's no way. Okay, hold on. Let me... Surely you have something for me. That I can sell some things. I don't need ice organs yet. I'll sell stuff early. Just get some of this... Wait, what's the... Like seeds? Red berries? Something early to get so I can cook some berries, because I haven't seen any while I was running around. I know this sounds silly. I'm gonna do it anyway. Food. Campfire. Because my hunger is low. I can't even walk out. I'll get hit once and I'll die. It's funny because I played this yesterday. In this exact order, I did everything the way I was doing it now, but yesterday it went so well. And today I didn't run into what I needed. Definitely prefer these newer creating games that give you some direction on what to do next, because otherwise I'm super lost. Yeah, they definitely need like recipe books, or just in general like a, hey, you dumb fuck, go this way. You need to do this thing before you keep going, because you're not gonna go anywhere else if you don't do this. Like, there was a lot of just, I don't know where I'm going because the game expects me to know. Minecraft had that problem, like, full stop. You could not go any further. Oh, hey, wait, there's mushrooms. I did that, didn't I? I really did that. I could have just eaten meat. I could have ate these. Whatever. But I definitely I ran into that problem with Minecraft, because it was originally, it's one of those games where you have to know when you get into it. This and Enshrouded kind of feels like they were the new wave of crafting survival games. I suppose so. I've never... I haven't heard about Enshrouded. I'm not in the know about stuff like that. I heard about Palworld for sure. That was all over the place. You couldn't step like 2 feet out into the internet and not hear about it. But Enshrouded was something I haven't heard about. But then again, maybe it showed up at some point. I just wasn't interested. I wasn't really into crafting games, like specifically things like Rust, and you know, came about a month or so after. Well, that would explain it. I wasn't into, I wasn't even really that heavy into playing games at all in around that time, because, I was mainly just, you know, just chilling out, just relaxing, listening to music. I only had like 5 hours a day when I come home from work, so I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Sit down, play like a, you know, listen to music, chill out, you know, watch some YouTube or something. And so, most of my experience with playing games was either I'd pull up like, I don't know, like Left 4 Dead 2 or something, play something very specific that I was used to. And so it was kind of awkward, actually, because you end up not knowing about all these things that come out. I mean, I play Hades and all these other little things, but I feel like if I'm not focusing on it, it doesn't feel like I've learned anything about it, you know? Because I didn't spend all that much time with all the games I bought and played. Like, I played like maybe an hour in like one game out of the entirety of 2024, I think, at most. Or maybe I'm miscounting. There wasn't a whole lot I did. I played Path of Exile for sure, but that's like, you know, it's whatever. I'm just kind of expected. That's one game I've never ditched, like, whatsoever. I'm still at the wall. Hold on, I gotta put the premise in here. This was something I was going to do, and then I forgot about it. And it's nighttime. Great. See what I mean? Never touched PoE 1, but I will say 2 is a blast. It's definitely, it's nice. It feels weird from my perspective. I've been playing it, and there are things that I'm not sure I enjoy as much as I did with PoE 1, but it might also just have, part of it is because it's still in its infancy. It's got things going on that it needs to work on. Mainly, I have a problem with there not being as much of a skill selection, because I feel like when I jump into the game right out the gate, it feels like I'm not able to do as much. There's not a whole lot of things I can do other than the straight, like, and narrow skill set that I'm given for each specific class. But I do like it. It's just, right now, I can't say I like coming back to it every day. I thought it came out at, like, the same time as Palworld, but Uncharted has a focus on, like, ARPG elements, so more traditional classes in combat. That does sound pretty interesting. I mean, I might look at it, but at the moment, I wasn't even intending to play this. I was going to play, I was looking at, Sworn. There was a, it was sort of like a Hades roguelite. It's a more mainstream version that's more beginner friendly than one. Yeah, it's definitely in that ballpark. I won't say it bothered me in that way, because I do prefer, like, I would like if the, some of it was toned down a little bit. I don't want to be that guy that's like, well, you know, I don't want it to be this, you know, super, what's the word for it? Like, I don't want to get all, like, well, I don't want it to be cool and, like, complex. But there's a part of it that's, you know, well, I need, there's certainly a lot that could be done to make it less obnoxious. I'm sitting here waiting on daytime, don't mind me. The upside is the game will grow. Yeah, it's definitely gonna grow eventually. Yeah, PoE 2 definitely missing the other 2/3 of the classes and the other half of the weapons, but damn, does it feel good in the campaign. It does. It feels really nice. I like it. There are some things I wouldn't like as much, like I played Mercenary for a bit, and I didn't like Mercenary. Mercenary wasn't nearly as great as I would have liked it to be. But, it's give and take. There are some things that people like about PoE 1, and there's some things that people hate. My main issue is completely... Oh god, now I understand where you're coming from with this. What? I stepped over it once. Please. My main issue is primarily the... Where was I going with this? Okay, so... Yeah, I had... Dude, the fire is crazy. Yeah, I stepped over it once for like half a second and it set me on fire. Completely lost my train of thought. I was... Well, anyway, I got my pal spheres. I'm gonna go ahead and fast travel. And hopefully get what I need, because I want, after I upgrade this base and put my pals down, so I'll put the Fox Parks in there. And yeah, whatever. Fast travel. Basically, Nah, if I sit here and try to figure it out, I'm gonna be here all day. I'll just go ahead and transfer over here. There was a point I had in my head, and then I just completely got it sidetracked. But you can believe I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm trying to recover from that. Well, there's the berries. I definitely need those. And a pal sphere. But you were talking about mercenary. Oh yeah. Thank you, because I would have been completely lost. Mercenary. Yeah, I didn't like the There was a lot of skills in the mercenary. Like the starting point with all the crossbows and stuff. A lot of the skills felt like they were too narrow. And here's what I mean. Like, there wasn't as much of an AoE focus. Like, when you start out with a fresh new build in Path of Exile, especially in PoE 1, one of the biggest, like, very beneficial things to have is really good AoE clear. And Mercenary felt like right out the gate you weren't given that. So it just felt awkward. And I probably pointed this out before. It's just, I don't like it as much. And I'm sure if I worked on it, if I figured out what the best way would be to continue playing Mercenary and kind of slowly work my way into a proper build, I'd probably find more fun in it. But just as is, it's not as great as I would have liked it to be. So I didn't have as much fun with it as I probably should have. But the Ranger was nice for a while. I played Lightning Arrow. Lightning Arrow was good until it fell off because I was struggling with finding the right runes to drop, because I was supplementing my damage through runes, putting them in my weapons, and I wasn't finding the lightning runes very often, which was awkward. And so I spent a lot of my time just like farming for those runes and not finding them. And so most of my time was spent I had a lot of awkward situations where I was just doing no damage whatsoever. And so it wasn't great. I did play a, there was a witch I was playing, and I was playing a minion build. I forget exactly what it was. I think it had the sniper archers or whatever. They had the gas clouds, and then you ignite them. But if you play the Infernalist, I think it was called, or maybe there was a specific ascendancy that gives you a flame hound, and it ignites your gas clouds automatically when it attacks things. Mark is alright for me, but I'm really waiting on Shadow. I got a friend that's really into Path of Exile like I am, and he is definitely waiting for when they come out with the Shadow. Me and him both, we really like the, specifically PoE 1. He was, not only was he cool as like a character to play, but his just the genuine, like, the character, the snarky attitude, the everything. He's just funny all around and cool. I just love there's one quote in PoE 1 that really gets me every time, and it's did the earth move for you, baby? Probably. You hit the ground quite hard. And I always love that one. It's just like a ball of just snark, and something about that just I like. Still waiting for nighttime. I need a daydream and a Hoocrates, and I need that mainly for the damage. I could probably use Panglet and everything, but I'll pull out Nox for the moment. It's a little awkward, because I've got a base already, but I still want all the important stuff for, like, proper damage and everything. And the timer is ticking away. Guess in the meantime I'll look for FGs and, well, mindless foraging. Because I know they spawn around here, it's just not nighttime yet. I wish I had gotten this done earlier, but I was kind of pressed for time because I kept getting attacked by shit over here early on. Really want to try Witch, but it's Druid waiting room for me. I actually was kind of interested in playing the Druid, just because I've never played, I've never really sat down and played Diablo 2. Hold on. I never really, I never truly sat down and played Diablo 2. Hey, how's it going, Gengar? I've never actually genuinely played Diablo 2 because whenever I play it, it feels weird because, you know, it's one of those kind of games where you hear everything about it. You're like, well, you hear a lot about it, and you would think, well, this is a cool game and all, but I don't really, I don't get it. It's there's a lot of, the way the game plays and how it feels, it just feels weird and off. And when you've gotten used to playing Path of Exile for an extremely long amount of time, eventually when you come back to what is considered probably one of the, like, progenitor, like, that one game that everyone is like, well, this is what this is based off of. And then you come back to it and you're like, I don't understand this. Like, some of the things that Diablo 2 and Diablo... I've never played Diablo 1. I played Diablo 2, but only very small amounts. It feels weird, because it's one of those kind of, like, it's like going to something retro that your favorite game is based off of. Well, literally it is, but you come back to it and you're like, I don't get this. None of it makes sense. And to that effect, it's like small things, little things that feel weird when you play it, like, like a lack of AoE skills in general until you get to a certain level. Some of them are more egregious than others. Like that's how I feel about PoE 1 because I started with Diablo. Yeah, it's a lot about what you know, and you go into this new game, and it could be new, it could be old, but then you feel awkward because everything you learned is just thrown out the window. But for coming back from like when you start with something that's so new and you go back into a game that's so old, it's like you have to relearn everything. You have to rewind the clock and figure out what exactly everyone was all so hyped up about and what was cool about it, what people, it's like when people were getting used to like things like Windows 95 and old versions of like the MS-DOS and everything. People were used to all the terminals and everything, and you get to like all this fancy UI and everything, and you have to learn graphical interfaces. I don't know shit about DOS. I'm not gonna touch a terminal, but I can guarantee Golden Axe on 95. But I can guarantee you, someone's gonna look at it and be like, I wish I had DOS. They look at Windows XP and like, I wish I had DOS. Because I would know how to use it. And that's exactly how I feel about Diablo 2. It's like, I wish I was playing PoE 1, because I know how to use it. Hey, my Cativa's done. It's, revived. Alright, cool. I still a whole half day that I have to wait on before I can get the Daydream, though. Command prompt life. Yeah. I'm not that... I have a good long-term memory, but I do not have good short-term memory. It's not conducive to good, like, I know it's muscle memory, mostly. Like, learning commands and everything, but... for sheer nostalgia, I'd still play Diablo 1. I've never played Diablo 1, like, ever. I probably should, just for the sake of it, but I've never played it. I don't know if I'll ever even get around to it. It's something I'm not sure I want to do. It's kind of, it's definitely interesting. I mean, I'll give it that, but I'm not entirely sure I'll, find any fun in it. Because it's hard to get into something when you're so used to all this new stuff. So overlaps with another object. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's do that then. Hard to get into everything in that way. I'll try a wall with a window. Put it over here too. So I need a foundation to just put stuff down and put a bed in so I can progress my base. Going back to older games can be a real shock. Yeah, that's mainly why I don't really dip my toes in that stuff. I stay away from it like a lot. I wish I could. I used to have a time for it. I used to have all sorts of time just sitting around. I could do whatever I wanted. I had the time to focus on it. I could have played Diablo 1, but, you know, once you get older and you find you have a job and everything, you have to take care of stuff you gotta deal with, and, you know, things catch up to you, and all of a sudden you're like, well, I can't go back to old games that would be, like, milestones, the great stuff. I wish I could play them, but I don't got time for it. Yeah, even the, like, it's funny because I say that, but then I go back to, like, Mario 64 and shit like that. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I could do this over and over again. I'll play this. I'll play, like, mods of it sometimes, and I'll just have a blast. And then, you know, someone else could be like, well, I didn't like that. Mario 64 is go to the... Yeah, it is. But I'm saying, like, there are games that I could go to and be like, well, I could see why someone would say, well, I'm not gonna do that. But then there are games that I look at and go, well, this is tied to something, you know, how do I put it? When I was younger, I grew up around a household that was, we had, like, Nintendo everything. Like, literally, we had the N64, we had the NES, we had the SNES. Everything was Nintendo. So, when you put it into that perspective, like, you grow up with that. But a lot of people do remember things through rose tinted glasses. Yeah, it's definitely... Like, I wouldn't go back to N64 and tell you that it was the greatest thing ever. I definitely could tell you that. I played a few games on N64 after a long time ago. After having been assuming that it was good, and then coming back and being like, well, this ain't that great. I need... Oh my god. You know what? I feel you. I feel you, Captain. I understand now. This is ridiculous. I'm sidetracked. I got my berry plantation, it's good. Just not used to talking to people and trying to do things at the same time, you know? I definitely get it. I'm not sure what I'm being validated on, but I approve. Yeah. Well, I mean, when you think about it, at least you choose to stop and focus on speaking instead of trying to hopelessly attempt to split the difference. And believe me, I'm trying. I got caught off guard. I didn't get all the pals I wanted, so now I'm just trying to prioritize, and food comes first. Food definitely comes first. And now I'm doing the planting and watering and seeding. Because I am not at all... You know, hold on. Let me turn around before this turns into something even worse. Where is it? I don't have... Is that gathering or is that farm? Let's see. Let's go with that. Got watering. Please. I need to get this working. I need a shoddy bed. Do I have enough? I need wool. Do I have wool? I have plenty. I'm sitting here talking my ass off while I'm not doing things I should be doing. Ah, yes, the overwhelm quality. Uh-huh. I am definitely... This is why I made the choice of streaming less action-responsive games and more RPG stuff. Yeah, I can see that. I'm, like, sitting on the fence about what I want to play, because I definitely have the, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, I definitely have, like, super, like, hyper-focused. Like, I can't, the moment things start to overwhelm me, I can't do a whole lot. Like, I can focus on something for sure. Like right now, I'm focusing on the chat. But the moment I start doing that, I can't. When I play games without that, I can definitely focus. Like, I got everything. I'm locked down. I can play the game. But then the moment I start talking to somebody, that's it. It's done. I'm donezo. So I have to split the difference, or cut like one end and be like, well, I'll talk or I won't. And obviously that doesn't work for Twitch, so. But I do have other games I want to play. Like, I was I was looking into, I have a bunch of, I bought. It was years ago. I bought Xenosaga, and I've never gotten around to playing it. And I wanted to play it, and I just haven't found the time for it. And I was thinking, well, I've got capture card, and I could just hook it up to my PS2 and play it. I've got all three, and if you know anything about Xenosaga, the third disc costs a fair bit of money, and I feel like it would be a waste if I didn't play it. So it's on the cards for me. I might play Xenosaga, but I'm not sure yet. I always tell people I love playing Monster Hunter, but I absolutely hate streaming it. Xenosaga, where's Fireswarm? Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a hey Fireswarm. I'm gonna play Xenosaga. I actually no, don't hold me to that. I might not. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it. Definitely on the cards though. I might. I'm not 100% certain. We'll see. I wouldn't spend a bunch of money on my stuff and my equipment and then not sit here and not play something. But, I mean, are you kidding? But I don't know. I played it. I played the first game, and I wasn't so certain if I liked it or not. And so, but I think sitting through a stream with it might not be too bad. It's just I couldn't find time for it. Don't worry, Tales of Arise is still on the cards for Cap. Huh. You're sure about that? What was I? Oh, yeah, oh shit, it's almost time to, I got 10 Pal Spheres. I'm gonna go ahead and find that, Hookrates and then that Daydream. And then I'll be going... Don't do this to me. Yeah. I feel like though being sick is like the worst thing. I was before December hit, I was like super sick. Like holy shit. Like I was insanely bad. Like I had the sore throat and everything. And then there were things that happened later on after that that I won't even get into that tied into the whole like, oh well, I'm gonna stop drinking alcohol. That was let's just say it was of the bleeding variety and leave it at that. So but I found out that wasn't related to it, so cool, great. But yeah, ouch, exactly. Blood bagels all around. But, you know, there were, it's like, it's definitely, yeah. Man. Because that happened, and then, you know, I spent a whole month just sitting there like, what's going on? What's wrong? What's wrong? I don't understand. Why am I having these problems? And then I find out it was just a lack of fiber. Oh, great. Yeah, my diet's not great. I do that. But, you know, takes a doctor to tell you. I'm sitting there like, well, I should have known. I should have known it was fiber. I should have known it was my diet. I have a god-awful diet. So I was like, alright, well, problem solved. Better for it to be like a not an issue than for it to be a big issue. You know what I mean? So if anything, that was like one of the biggest things that was stopping me. I was like, I want to stream, but health comes first. Shit, stuff broke. Time to eat more beans. Well, yeah. I did buy, like, it was weird because I had a, I had fiber, supplements, and for a while it was actually adding to the problem. But that turned out to just be a complication with, like, whatever was going on with my digestive system, and it just wasn't having a good time. But eventually I figured it out, and once everything everything kind of mellowed out, and so I take like a fiber supplement every once in a while, and it's alright. I feel old now. And it's funny to say that because I'm only like 29 going on 30, but I mean, it does like start to hit a point. You hit that wall, and then all of a sudden, it feels like all the old shit just comes in, and all of a sudden you feel old. You wake up one day, and all of a sudden, everything's wrong with your body. And this is apparently the year where I'm getting that. Which is just lovely. Now, where's that daydream and that hooker tease? I need that. Maybe lower? Now I want a burrito. I haven't eaten like a couple hours. I honestly don't feel like it. I don't need beans. I definitely don't need beans. I mean, I need fiber, but there's a difference between getting fiber and there's a difference between getting, you know, the stuff that will flush you out in the worst way possible. Oh, there it is. Alright. Yes. What I want. I'm not pulling out the pals to do this because I guarantee you if I do that, I won't be able to catch it. They'll kill it, and then... Alright. Hooker tease, noble. I forget what it was that it had on the, Is there a way for me to look at the... what I got earlier? Noble? Oh, okay, so it has Dark Knowledge by default. Alright, that'll be fine. That's mainly what I was needing. And then I need a daydream. Right over here. Once I take care of that, I'll be fine and dandy. Oh, that one's level 5. I'll take that. Fine, Foreman. Slacker, easygoing. Yeah, I definitely need a different one. Really? I almost just killed it. What does he got? Artisan? Alright, whatever. Fine. Might try for another one though. Hydrojet. Alright, whatever, that works. Seems like going for more whole foods with less processing is the healthiest option, and whole foods naturally have a good amount of fiber. Yeah, they do. It's just the problem is there's a lot of stuff that is just generally, like, just processed. And when you cut your diet to a point where you go down to something that's like that, you don't always get the feeling like, well, I want to keep doing that, because you cut out a lot of what you like. Yeah, processed foods are hella sus. It's definitely a problem. And especially in America, there's just nothing but processed, and there are some things that aren't. It's just, this isn't something that I've genuinely looked at yet. Because, you know, when you get to that point where you think everything is fine, you keep going, you have no problem whatsoever, you keep eating what you're used to eating, and all of a sudden, you're like, oh shit, I need to stop focusing on eating all this junk and move on to not processed stuff. And then, all of a sudden it's like, well, you know, yeah, American sodas. That's a problem I had an issue with. I've been stuck on that for a while. I had to stop doing that. I had to stop eating and drinking stuff like that. Like, drinking sodas, eating, like, processed shit like Hot Pockets. I was a big pizza fan. I love pizza. But that stuff's not good for you. So, really had to cut that out. Because I love I love me some cheese and pepperoni and everything, but ooh, the amount of sugar and colorants scares me. Yeah, the dyes and everything. Yeah, there was this one ice cream I had once, and then there was also some kind of like generic brand Pop-Tart that I had once because I was low on cash, and I went for like the cheapest option, and apparently it did not sit well in my stomach. Came out like chalk. Those dyes, they suck. They fuck with your system. They're not great. Like, if it's got any kind of weird ass dyes in them, never eat those things. That just don't. Period. I didn't like it. It was great. It was not great at all. I can't believe I'm the one doing this. I had a pal on my last world that I was on with a friend of mine, and it had Nocturnal. Oh great, I can stop doing that. Alright, cool. Let me see. Base upgrade. I can put this little guy in here. He could do the job for me. And the overuse of corn syrup and products, holy smokes, yeah. Yeah, there are things that I just don't look into until the last minute, and I'm like, holy shit, they do that? Like, why? Why are you doing this to me? Work speed 50%. Heated body. Decrease incoming ice damage, and mind forming, slacker, active skill cooldown extension. Ooh, alright, we'll just throw this in here and then swap them around. And then Cremis can go in the box, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the fact that there's so much sugar, just in general. Even just like, in such a way that there's a metric fuck ton of the stuff in everything. I used to avoid sugar like the plague, and it got to the point where I was so, I should have kept that diet going. Like, I should have kept the sugar out, but, you know, I couldn't have tea because I'd have like 2 cups, and all of a sudden my stomach would start hurting. It was bad. So, I had to like, get myself used to sugar, which, in hindsight, probably was the worst thing ever. Looking back, I'm kind of thankful I'm diabetic. Cutting out all the processed shit feels good. Yeah, it does. Until you find a habit and then end up eating something you shouldn't. Which I did for a while. I got into tea and then I had to cut it very briefly because I was getting too much sugar. Which, was not great. Just trying to strike that balance. Yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes. You know. Infrastructure. Storage. What do I got? Pals without beds. I need more beds. Need more wood. I've been doing a lot of research into nutrition and cooking lately. It's been pretty crazy what's considered normal here in America, but there are ways around it with cooking your own stuff, and it's so much better. It would be great, but some people, specifically me, aren't great at cooking and aren't very invested in cooking in the first place. American normal is crazy. It's insane what they get away with. When you really look into it. I used to have a very habitual routine that sort of skirted around all the processed crap. It wasn't great. I still ate crappy processed Hot Pockets, but at least my diet was only that. And then occasionally I'd eat something maybe a little bit healthy. I might grab like some blackberries or something. Might eat something like fruity, like some fruit, some oatmeal. But then, when I started working in a high, intense, like, labor job, where you're just constantly working up calories, you're burning them, you start to get the feeling you want to eat. You eat more, and then you eat more, and you eat more. And so that became a problem. You know? Yeah, junk food becomes the norm, definitely. It's ridiculous. I need more cloth. Yeah, the cooking is the tricky part, but the solution is just by picking up the right stuff at the grocery store, too. Yeah, it's accessible, that's the thing. It's... A lot of people don't have time, and so when you really get down to it, it's a time problem sometimes. I mean, there are solutions, it's just they're narrow, and there's not a whole lot of, like, great solutions. Yeah, and having time, now that's a topic. Alright, well, I didn't intend to go down that route, but sure. What do I need? A pallet base. Oh, that's easy. Do need transport. Mission complete. PAL box upgrade. Oh, wrong button. Max PAL's working at base. I'm gonna try to, but yeah, the jar witches that Cap is into is a damn good thing. Oh yeah, you're talking about the sandwich in a jar? I suppose so. It's so outlandish for me, because where I'm coming from, I'm so used to just, like, throwing in something in the microwave and being like, well, that's it for me. But lately I've been sticking to at least just oatmeal. Because, I mean, not just entirely oatmeal, but, you know, like, I've been, wait, what was it? Stone? No, it's wood. Okay. I've been trying to cut down to things like oatmeal, fruits, apples, stuff I can just throw in, or just pick up, eat, and be done with it. Because I don't like having to cook. I definitely do not like having to cook. I don't like putting together a sandwich. And I definitely don't care for bread, because bread is also a bad thing. Enriched wheat flour and all that crap, and all this other stuff they put in everything. So yeah. Circumstances can dictate eating habits, because as you said, sometimes you simply don't have the time. Yeah, definitely. It's part of my problem. I need to keep up with, I need time for myself to do things that, you know, because when you're not paying attention to, you gotta, like, what's the word for it? You gotta reserve time for things you want to do, and sometimes reserving time for eating healthy can sometimes cut in. It's like a lot of the jobs that, specifically the job that I do, it's like almost like a whole 9 hours of time wasted doing labor-intense stuff, and so you get hungry like real fast. And so there's a very unhealthy habit of getting quick and dirty and just eating whatever you can get your hands on, which is a big problem. The more it seems like a knowledge check, like if you know the stuff, it's not harder or slower, but you've got to know the stuff first, and nutritional education is pretty lacking. It's definitely, yeah, it's a problem. It's a big problem, but I don't know. At least I'm working on getting somewhere, you know. Thing is, Cap, no one likes the truth and turns a blind eye. That's also a big problem too. You could tell someone over and over again what the healthy solution is, and you can tell them what their options are, but they're gonna stick to what they like. Like, that was me for a while. I would stick to what I enjoyed eating, because it was so easy to make, and because it tasted good, and because the immediate downsides weren't as apparent as they probably should have been. So, you know, you just keep eating the same thing that is garbage for you and doesn't do anything for you. So no one's gonna learn until they immediately have repercussions involved. Oh, I'm out of weight. Oh shit. I need to put away stuff. I need to build things. Hold on. Be a stone pit. Why is this turned the wrong way? Hindsight is a beautiful thing, yeah. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. I don't know if I got that lyric wrong, but it's in my mind. Time is a valuable thing. You know what I was meaning. You know where I was going with it. I don't know. I think it's just hard to change and people want easy. If they had been brought up on a healthy diet, they'd be fine. I think there's some truth to that, but, you know, sometimes people branch out, they find things, and then not all of them are great, and I don't know. It's a very case-by-case basis, as you said. Circumstances. I definitely probably got those lyrics wrong. If it ain't on fire, there's other things to worry about. Yeah. Yeah, if you're not currently running into any problems, it's gonna keep happening. It can also boil down to economic condition. Junk foods are cheaper in general. Absolutely. Ramen is one of those things, and I fell into that trap for a while. I definitely did. That was one of those things that I was eating a lot. Like, super cheap. You can get it real easy. You don't have to struggle. You could just buy it, be done with it, put it in the microwave. Bam, done. Some people would just buy the cup noodles that you're not supposed to put in the microwave and put them in the microwave anyway. Lovely stuff. Probably getting plastics in them. Ooh. What the hell is $1 frozen pizza? Thankfully I'm not that deep into it. I don't eat, like, cheap-ass dollar frozen pizzas. I mean, I'm all for pizza, but if I'm gonna get pizza, I'm gonna get the big stuff. I'm gonna get the real good shit. I'm not gonna go into, like, shitty... I mean, store-bought frozen pizza is great. It's just, I like stuffed crusts, and it's only a once-in-a-while thing. Beans and lentils are also super cheap and easy. I'm not very big into the whole cooking things, so I'll take your word for it, but I know people soak some of that stuff all the time, and it's like a long-form thing. I must not have anyone required. There's probably no pals with mining proficiency. I probably need to put someone in here. Yeah. Well, there we go. Get to it. I was hoping I'd have everything sorted out, but I guess not. Oop. That doesn't make things easy. Okay. I'll make a chest. I need to make one soon anyway. Go on. That way I can actually walk. I'm tempted to drop a few things in here that I probably shouldn't be putting in here, but yeah, they're already transporting wood into it. It's not ideal. You know what? Yeah, I'll just make it just for stone. And maybe ore. Probably. It's close to all the ore over here. And then make another chest. and probably put it over here. And I'll make that for wood. Put a logging site right next to it. You can get a can of beans pre-made with 3 servings for cheap. You'll probably want to add some spices though. Are you talking like the, pre-made beans? Oh yeah, I think I've seen, like, I understand where you're coming from, like, but it's just like, I don't know, I don't like working with stuff. I like single servings and just being able to pop it out the freezer or the fridge or like out of a can and just being like, well, I got it, I'm done with it, I'm moving on. Which honestly, when I think about it, oatmeal and like fruits like apples and the good oranges, not like the blood oranges, the tiny stuff that rots easily, but like the good stuff, the very thick, juicy oranges that last for a while. I feel like mainly that's what I prefer, is because I already like oatmeal. It's nice, and that's also got plenty of fiber in it. And apples are good. Granny Smiths are amazing. It's one of my favorites, all-time favorites, is Granny Smith apples. So it wasn't hard to switch my diet around when I got right down to it. So I kind of got it out, like all set up. It's just sometimes you get that urge and you want the thing you came back, you got off of. Yeah, sour, just general tart like flavor from a Granny Smith is really great. That's mainly what I like about them. They're amazing, just for that alone. So, let's see. Okay. I need... Okay, so I got 5 pal spheres. Could make more. That'll be a workbench. Raspberries also have that good tartness. I personally like blackberries because there's a bit more sweetness to it, and then if you get lucky you get the ones that are kind of got like that redness in them. They also give off a little bit of tart. They're like a nice middle ground. But sometimes I don't like extreme tart. I like a little bit like in between. So usually blackberries are my go-to, but those are definitely not cheap. That's something I just save for like a snack every once in a while. I don't generally eat that all that often. But they're great. I love them. Hey, I need to stop. I need to stop doing that. I'm about to like waste time killing a cremis. What did I need? Hold on. Go down here. Get a mount. I think I needed wool. I also needed to open up the tech tree. Shit is expected. Yeah, anything that involves just like fruits in general, except for apples. I mean, the like Granny Smiths and like a whole bag of like big Florida oranges wasn't that hard to get. Granted, I live in fucking Florida. I mean, it makes sense. Not hard to get oranges, but those big fucking oranges are gigantic. Have like half an inch thick skin. Those are great. They last forever, well, almost forever. You know, I still got a bag of them in my fridge. But yeah, blackberries are not cheap, but I like them. Yeah. Alright, come on. I'll capture this for the hell of it. Whew, that was close. Fruit is pretty seasonal, so you just kind of buy what's cheap at the time. Yeah, you're right. I remember I used to live out in the middle of pretty much bumfuck nowhere in Tennessee, and there was a shit ton of blackberries that would grow every right around like spring, I think. Sometime right around the when the when the winter chill started to die down, you'd have a bunch of blackberries on the side of the road. And we'd pick the crap out of those. They were everywhere. It was amazing. But you don't get that kind of, like, ease of access to that sort of thing when you live anywhere else. Wait, no! Get. Oh, wow, okay. Trick shot. No. Damn it. Gimme. Gimme. There you go. I don't know if I actually want to focus on this boss, though. I'm worried that it might be doing more damage than I can handle, but I'll see. Oh yeah, definitely. No. No, please stop. Please. Yeah, it's that bounty. It's level 15, I'm gonna... I wanna keep my distance. Hold him off. Sacrifice. No! It's supposed to... Bro, it's persistent, yeah. Oh, never mind, there he goes. Kinda cool. Got what I came for. What do I need? There's gotta be more that I need. Other than upgrading the base. I'm not going in there yet. I don't want to die. That's the big problem. I know it's easy to get back to where you're going, especially since this is a low area. In fact, hold on. I might, while I'm here... Shit. I had it set to... I was gonna say I was gonna do multiplayer, and I just got caught up. So what's it like having to start over every time you go to a new world? I can't tell if that'd be frustrating. I feel like if you know what you're doing, you could, it's not that big of a deal. Go to my options, and I will turn on multiplayer. I don't know, I might still play for a lot longer, because, I mean, I've got a lot of time to go for. Where is it? There's, is it when I start the world? That's the problem, is I don't know if it's, do I have to pull the world back up again to turn on? App, do you know what time it is? 4 AM. Yeah, you see, well, the thing is I'm not capping. And 4 AM is nothing to me. Really? Was it? Is it? It's in the world setting before you... Well, that's... That feels like a thing you could turn on... Why would that not be in the menu, though? Like... I feel like that would be something that would make sense. You'd be able to access it when you, when you're in the game. Like... Really? Hold on. Alright. I mean, I know it's 4 AM, but I did put it on the title. I said I would turn on multiplayer at some point, and I got sidetracked. And I am surprised I remember which one this is. Hold on. Was it this one? Wait, I had multiplayer on. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? What did I do? Yeah, I know you're messing with them. I mean, it's not hard to tell. I mean, it's not like he's streaming right now, so I mean... Oh shit. So then that means... Oh, well then... Fuck. Copy the code. I could have sworn I didn't, I could have sworn I didn't have the multiplayer on. I had it turned off. Well, that's code, I guess. Hell. I mean... I was sitting here this whole time thinking I had the multiplayer completely off, and I got sidetracked. But yeah, generally speaking, I don't go to bed until like fucking 7 in the morning, so I'm gonna put this in here. Yeah, 7 in the morning is definitely... But you have to think about it. I go to work at like 2 p.m. So 7 in the morning is the latest. And I'm not that old, so I mean... It'll catch up to me, I'm sure, but... When did... I must have... Okay, wait a minute, hold on. So I caught the tansy as soon as it fainted. Really? Okay. I guess I did that. I definitely did that. Alright then, he's just gonna have to spend 10 minutes. Gotta bounce, apparently we need primer, wood paint, and ceiling boards. Take care, boys. Yeah, you take care too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna go for. I might try to keep going, but, you know, there's only so much you can do. Because, I do need to eventually decide to call it soon. I might go till, like, another 30, maybe. But it depends. Whoa. Frame rate just dipped. What do I need now? So it's, what do we got here? Statue of Power. Okay. This is gonna look really scuffed. I'm not putting things where I want them to be at the moment. I don't have any good mining pals either, so it's kind of awkward. I'm gonna have to lurk out soon too, to be honest. Yeah, you're definitely gonna need some rest after being sick. I know how that shit feels. It's not great. It definitely hurts to have to deal with it. I was like that just about like right around December, and it hit me real hard like a truck. So, thankfully it wasn't like a long situation I had to deal with, so I was fine afterwards, but still wasn't fun. Yeah, I'll probably have to wind down eventually. It is nighttime after all. The first thing I want, I'm gonna set up I already got a stone pit. I'm gonna get wood. Let's see, shit. It's so frustrating. I don't think I've been this sick in a real long time. Pretty sure I'm through the worst of it though. Yeah, you'll get those like moments in where you're just like, I think I'm sick to a severe degree, and then you'll hit that. I used to have this problem all the time because I had there was one time I had bronchitis for like a whole month, and it was the worst thing ever. I cannot see where this tree is. There is a tree here, and I can't find it. Wow. Do I even have the... Okay, the axe. Yeah, I was sick with bronchitis for like a month, and that was forever ago. And I've had all sorts of sinus problems, like you wouldn't believe. I've out the wazoo, nothing but issues, and so it's a huge pain to have to deal with. and so it can suck being sick, like, to that degree. Especially if you got allergies, like, that's the worst. Bronchitis, yeah, it's not fun. Once you get it, like, bad, it hits you like a truck. Because I remember it wasn't elementary, I think it was high school, like early high school. I had like a really bad bronchitis, like for a whole month, and really set me back. I had to take a bunch of like catch-up courses and stuff for like math and art. Believe it or not, fucking art wanted me to do catch-up courses. Like, really? I mean, I understand I missed days, but I was just sick. Like, give me a break. So, but yeah, it's not fun. Sinuses in general are not great, and it always gives me it's always a headache to deal with. Sometimes it'll get to the point where you just feel like speaking is a pain in the ass. So, yeah. So whenever you have to, like, take a break and rest, it's always a good idea to definitely take that time out. I cannot see a damn thing. Where am I? Okay, I already have a chest for it. Never mind. Don't have wood. Yeah, I think once I sort this out on my app, I got a Palworld workbench. I think I'll put down the Palworld workbench and I will call it a day. Cloth. Alright, cloth and wood. I think it was one cloth. One cloth. Yeah, and wood. So I need 12 more, I think, roughly. This way I can end up adding to the base level. Have something done at least, so I don't have to come back and deal with it later. I think that should be enough. Yeah, okay. Probably put it over here somewhere. And that should cover that. Because yeah, I had my own problems with sinuses, but they're more like a recurring thing. And generally speaking, I have to like saline rinse all the time because I got like nasty allergies. They always creep up on me, so. But it's mostly like it's weird because I always hear about the people that have like seasonal allergies, and I don't really understand how they deal with them. But for me, it feels like really weird to have an allergy that I just always have, because I'm allergic to like dust mites and shit. Stuff that are like around all the time, so you can't get away from them. But it's not like seasonal allergies where you sit for a whole like month or two and go, oh my god, there's pollen in the air. So I guess in a way I'm kind of like glad I don't have that. Once I get this necklace done. Neti pot life. Well, thankfully, I don't... See, because what I did was I got a, it's not a neti pot, but it's one of those, there's a can, and it's a spray can. You just, like, spray it, stick it up your nose, and then you're done. And so I got one of those, and that was it. That was pretty much all I got. And it works. It's just, it's weird because I have this, there's a lot of chest congestion that sometimes gets in the way too. And that requires a lot of other stuff, like a lot of medication and stuff that makes you drowsy, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like Mucinex because a majority of it causes you to get drowsy. I can't stand Benadryl. I can't stand, you know, all this other stuff. I've tried Claritin. Claritin's more for, like, kind of people that have seasonal pollen allergies. I don't have pollen allergies. If I take it, it ain't gonna do anything. So I'm sort of in this weird situation where I've got an allergy that just won't respond to anything. So I have to take weird saline, like, rinses all the time. It's not great, but, I mean, could be worse. But anyway, I think this has just about covered it. I think I got all the upgrades I needed. And I got enough for a crusher. Oh, I need more wood. Nah, I'll save it for later. It is 4:17. I probably could have gone later, but I think I'll save it. So, I'll go ahead and turn the title. But yeah, I definitely plan to do more streaming because it's there's a lot of empty space. Like you know how you feel like there was a moment where I was thinking about it and I'm like, well, I'm not doing a whole lot, you know. So I'm sitting there thinking, well, yeah, no problem. I was thinking about it and I'm like, well, I gotta do something with my time because I'm not doing a lot. I was kind of like floundering around doing nothing. And it wasn't like depressed floundering, you're just sitting there like you don't know what you want to do. And so you think about it, and then you're like, well, alright, I'll maybe stream. And then I sat around and I thought about it. I'm like, well, I need more stuff. I need more equipment. I need more mic stuff. I need paneling. Because now I've got, like, acoustic paneling around my desk. I got a green screen because I didn't like having the, yeah, always good to do something productive, definitely. Because there was a time period where I was just sitting down and just kind of like, it weighs into the whole drinking thing, but you just sit there and drink. And then you would just watch YouTube or something and just chill. And it's nice, it's not depressive. I wasn't depressive, but a part of me was looking back at it and going like, I could be doing more, so I should be doing it. And that's what I'm doing now. And so, you know, so it's nice to do something, feel like I'm doing something. It just took forever, because things take forever to ship. You buy something, and then it arrives like a week later, and then you find out you don't have enough of what you bought. So I spent a whole nother month waiting and waiting and waiting. And even the green screen behind me, is garbage because it's one of those clip-on ones. Terrible. But it works, it's serviceable. So I didn't like having the whole box, the little weird, like, you had no cutoff. I like having the alpha channel around behind me, keeping things nice and clean. So, but anyway, that'll do it for me. And I mean, as much as I'd like to do a raid or something, it's kind of not productive. And I gotta get things going, and so I'll dip out. But it was nice talking to you, real nice, and I plan to do this more. I probably I don't know how I'm gonna schedule it because there's a lot I still want to do it, but it's just like I gotta find a good right point in time to do it. I gotta work it around my schedule too. It's awkward, but I'll figure it out. But anyway, good seeing you. I'll dip out now. So, bye.